make blocking things should be more stopped. Good afternoon, everyone. We are going to recommend a movie to the fellow classmate for the movie of the month. Have you ever watched 300?
Sure! The film sets in ancient Greece in Sparta, where men are trained into sophisticated soldiers. It uses the renowned war Battle of Thermopylae as a reference too. During that period, the Persian army wipes off a lot of other countries without any efforts. They eventually send messages to Sparta to ask them to surrender and kneel before the Persian king Xerxes. The king of Sparta, Leonidas, fearlessly declined Xerxes' orders and delivers a famous line, "This is Sparta," and he knows that the war has begun.
As the enemies are strong, King Leonidas decides to fight them in the Thermopylae, which has good geographical features and can benefit their fight. Despite the objection of the councilmen and the oracles, he gathers 300 elites and hits the ground. In the first few rounds of the battle, they successfully used their mighty phalanx formation techniques to defeat their enemies. However, a hunchbacked soldier, King Leonidas turned down his aspiration to join the army, betrays his own country, and tells Xerxes about the secret routes to surround the 300, crushing down their strength. The 300 are doomed. However, until the last soldier falls, no one gives up. Leonidas crushes Xerxes with his throwing spear as his last weapon, showing firm determination not to surrender. This movie is truly my cup of tea. Do you guys have any favorite scene in the movie?
Yes, my favorite scene in the movie is that King Leonidas rejects to give earth and water to the Persian and takes the messenger of the Persian into a large deep well. Before he kicks, the dialogue that he said, "This is Sparta," is very impressive and powerful. I repeat watching these scenes for several times. This dialogue is then become very famous and well known. Whenever people mention this dialogue, they will think of this film, 300. I think this dialogue is the most powerful line in the film and also representing the film.
I agree that scene is very impressive, but my favorite scene is the first battle of Thermopylae, where all the 300 soldiers lined up and used the phalanx strategies to successfully kill thousands of Persian soldiers. Their attack and defense using the spears and large shields are breathtaking. Together they fear nothing. You can definitely feel the unity and strength in that scene.
I agree that the Spartan strategy is very successful because it helps the 300 soldiers and Leonidas to gain victory in most of the battles. And I think the last scene is the most impressive. King Leonidas kneels down and allows one of the 300 soldiers to jump over him and kill the Persian general with his spear. Although the 300 soldiers face a great amount of enemies, they never surrender. They fight against until the last moment, which I think is very inspiring.
Ben's opinion is really amazing. I also think that the last scene is the most impressive one. King Leonidas fights until he is the only one left in the 300. I admire his persistence and also his determination very much. Also, everyone in the 300 fights until death, and I think this is the true attitude of a warrior. The last scene is very contagious, inspiring, and also encouraging. I was totally enchanted by the last scene while I was watching the movie 300.
Despite the great scenes, do you have any favorite characters?
Of course, my favorite character is King Leonidas, because he is brave and has great leadership skills. He holds a strong army and all the soldiers in the army are loyal and well trained. Every one of them respect and admire King Leonidas a lot. I also admire his determination and fearless attitude. Although he gets only 300 soldiers, he leads them to fight against 300,000 Persian soldiers. It is impossible for them to win the battle, but he is still brave to try. He devotes himself to save his queen and his citizens too.
What's a good idea? I also think that King Leonidas is a very good character. However, don't forget about Queen Gold, who was willing to submit sexually to the treacherous councilman, Pharaoh, in exchange for reinforcement and support to her husband's army. This is showing her true love for her husband, which is definitely worth praising.
Now, let's look into the making of the movie. The sound effect is very stunning and it captivates the audience. The crew members also make the Persian soldiers just like the beasts. For example, the immortals and the giants. When we look appearance, we just feel like looking at a devil. And it also indirectly shows the fearless of 300 soldiers and Leonidas.
Besides, a movie can't be successful if there are no great actors. The actors and actresses in the movie are experienced too. They are acting as if they were really Asians, Greeks, and Persians. And their amazing acting skills definitely kept our attention too. And the storyline is also very meaningful and inspiring. It encourages us not to give up easily. We should always try our best whenever we are trying to achieve our dreams and goals. So I think it's really a good movie.
Yes, the movie is really brilliant. As a lover of the Greek civilization, as Greece is the cradle of democracy and also reason, this movie allows me to learn more about one of the most famous ancient Greek city-states, Sparta. Also, I've learned a lot from the fearless Spartans too. Their acts are showing true masculinity, and this impresses me a lot.
Yes, you've got a point. This movie is extremely inspiring. It teaches us that no matter how difficult the trouble we met up, we should face them bravely without any fear. Just like King Leonidas, who leads 300 Spartans to fight against 300,000 Persian soldiers. No matter how tough the problem are, we should never surrender. Try our best to solve the problem. Be brave just like Sparta.
300 is really inspiring, and everything is that everybody have their thing that they treasure. Just like the Leonidas, he only lead 300 soldiers to the hot gates and repel the Persian soldiers, and in order to save his country Sparta and also the citizens in Sparta. And I think it can encourage the students to study this fearless attitude of Leonidas.
That's why this is a great movie. Despite the great storylines or the great casting quality, there are also great meaningful stories and ideas behind the stories. And we can definitely learn something about the movie when we are watching the movie. And also the English is good.
And sure, and we should all learn from the determination and the attitude of the Spartans in the movie. And therefore, we reach a compromise, and as time is running short, I would like to say that our choice for the movie of the month should be 300. And do you have any opinions on that? Agree. That's it. That's it.